Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers taking on Gardner Minshew and the Jacksonville Jaguars.
And we come to you from one of the truly iconic stadiums in the NFL as you get a look at Lambeau Field here in Green Bay, Wisconsin. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay. And this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Put your band by your door.
Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And going back through the tape, I thought they looked pretty good last week. It was a solid win, a comprehensive win.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they already have as many wins in the second half as they did in the first half, and we're just starting the second half at number 0.
And I know some of their fans are already starting to look forward to the draft, but I still think this team has a chance to win some games down the stretch.
Carry now for Alexander Madison. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On the handoff, it's Madison. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. It looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
3rd down.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And finding Keelan Cole. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Keelan Cole.
A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars.
First down, Jacksonville.
Here's Madison running on first down. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
13 yards.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Minshew, 1st and 10. A throw for Westbrook, but it's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. Okay, so the Packers offense ready to go to work, and the man in charge is the 26th overall pick from April's draft, and that is Jordan Love out of Utah State.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
The numbers on the ground for Jones last week. 11 carries, 67 yards.
And they love what they've got in him. He's the number 4 rusher in the league right now, so you know that you have to account for him on defense, which means you can play complementary football as well. Throw the play action, get it out to the wide receivers, because they should have some open space, because the defense will key on it.
On 2nd down, It's Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
So many times someone's success is the product of a lot of things coming together really well. And for Aaron Jones in 2019, it all came together for him. He stayed healthy, was on the field for all 16 games, got handed the ball 100 more times last year, and as an end result, broke 1,000 yards in a season rushing for the first time in his career.
To pass, here's Jordan Love. Rush coming, and he's taken down. K'Lavon Chaisson in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now that'll be caught by St. Brown. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And the Jags have 5 in the secondary here on 3rd down. Love from the gun. Pass taken it right down Broadway. Touchdown, Packers. Isaiah Coulter, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Packers have taken the early lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way to the end zone for the touchdown.
Set to kick off.
McCann's got it teed up. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards. His first carry of their 2nd drive, pretty solid. And, of course, remember back to their first drive, really strong throughout that one.
Not only is he getting good blocking up front, but how about his vision to find the holes? And he's seeing things before they even open and hurtling through them.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A first carry now for Thompson. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
7-yard pickup.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Out of the gun is Minshew. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Complete to Tyler Eifert.
That's tough to play zone defense when they can just curl up right there in front of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, we talk about finding the soft spot. Defensively, how do you make sure they don't find the soft spot like they did there?
Tough to do, because what they normally will do is run routes that'll pull you out of that spot they want to get into. That's what we call not taking the cheese, right? Don't go for the mousetrap. But it's hard to do, because when you see a guy cutting that in that direction, you tend to go towards him.
6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. Looked like a pretty smart decision that time to keep the football by the quarterback.
It was, because you saw how the runner got swarmed. So you got to pull the ball from his arms, keep it yourself, and get what you can. And the most underrated player on this play is the running back. Because even if he doesn't have the ball, he has to act like he does in order to attract the defense.
They'll run on first down. It's Thompson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Second and 10.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26.
Time to give them credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Well, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one, because they tried to fool him, right? Tried to trick him. Ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
So third and long, here's Minshew. And he drops this off to Thompson, complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first, as he can only get this to about the 19. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? Third down, they just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November, but they would be a wild card team, and that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Love now to pass on first down. Caught on the right side by Adams. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk at a 45. 13 yards as they've got the connection working. His second catch in a row, first down. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw now. Here's Love. Dancing to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's second down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion, or even worse, an interception.
Second down at 7. Love going to give this one to Jones. A 1-yard gain there following the 3-yard pickup on first down.
The tackle made just shy of.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And that will be incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And no return here. This one's going inside the 15 to the 12-yard line.
At their own 12-yard line.
Jags football again. DJ Chark ready to rock and roll. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Now Minshew. Got an open man, Keelan Cole. And he'll get it up a little shy of the 15. They'll spot him down at the 14-yard line. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. Now a give to Madison. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20.
Ball carrier.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Throwing on 1st down is Minshew.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook. But
and eventually he's taken down here. Great coverage downfield, resulting in the sack. Zadarius Smith in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. It felt like he was in the pocket all day, never got rid of it.
And when you have that much time, you've got to either find someone open or get rid of it, because with that amount of time to throw the ball, that means the offensive line's done a really nice job.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 3rd down, they run with Madison. And he's going to get this to the 31, but that is still well short of what he needed. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 4th down, here's Matt Bosher on the punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Taken in at the 22. Just a net of 34 there following a punt of 44 yards. And it'll be Packer football here. 1st down and 10. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are in the field.
And that's caught inside the 35.
Pass some of this.
Touchdown, Packers. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. I'll let you do the analysis, partner, but with every touchdown pass his young quarterback throws and with the success that his team has had, I just continue to be more and more impressed.
Let's both do the analysis. Impressed, aren't we both?
Yeah.
I mean, why shouldn't we be? We've seen him improve throughout the year. We've seen him settle in now, and you can see the confidence of the team has grown. His confidence has grown. I think that everyone around this guy feels good about what they've seen. And it's also safe for him, when he's driving home, to turn on Sports Talk Radio. He's okay.
Tucker McCann set to kick off.
No.
McCann's got it teed up.
You said you wanted a job.
That's fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Now, right now, under 100 yards of total offense. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Caught Eifert over the middle. Now the ball comes loose, and the Packers pick it up. And his crew will take over with a...
You gotta take that off. Then I gotta put this in.
Football at the 35-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That's good for 28 yards.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
Now Jones. It's a good pickup of 7 yards, and now they're looking at 2nd and goal.
The ball carrier.
Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. They'll try and run it in with Jones. And he'll take this one in for a Packer touchdown. Aaron Jones, as the first half is winding down, and the Packers add 6 to their lead.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Now Crosby for the point after. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you two in a minute, but first, let's take a spin around the NFL and see what's going on here in week number 10. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see there.
We now proceed to the start of the second half. So it's the Packers set to receive the kick. They've got the lead as well as we are underway in the third quarter. And this carries into the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
5-yard line.
The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now.
It's a gain of 5.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Timmy Jernigan with a sack.
They need to stop to get back into this game, and here's one right to start the third quarter.
Yeah, anytime you go into the lockers with that 2-3 score deficit, you're right. You need that stop, get the football back, and they've done just that.
Series to series, play to play.
On third down, Love. And Adams has it, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Love now. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
First down carry by Jones. Miles Jack there to make the tackle. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Play fake. Here's Love. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
On third down, here's Jones. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
No.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Devontae Adams is intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal. The give is to Jones. He pushes forward for maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Love. This will be caught at about the 5. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds.
A gain of 3.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. And I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the first down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the second half. Got a man open. It's Adams. Touchdown, Green Bay. Devontae Adams. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the result, a Green Bay score.
Bro, leave her alone. You see her trying to get away from her crazy.
McCann's got it teed up.
can't say
This taken in about 4 yards deep. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They trail offense. First time to touch the ball in quarter 3. And we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Here's a give to Madison running right. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they throw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
Now Minshew has it knocked out. Fumble. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Marching back onto the field now, Devontae Adams and company getting set to go. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
They'll try and get the running game going with Jones. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football, because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Intended for Marquez Valdez-Scantling.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Defensively.
Flag comes in. This might be a free play. They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. They knew they had the free play after the penalty. They get great yardage, so they can decline that penalty.
And one of the things we've seen develop more and more in recent years are teams seeing that penalty occur and still taking the big shot downfield and hoping to gain the yardage as we just saw there. They practice it, they work on it, and this time they're successful.
After the penalty, it's Jones. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
2nd down, Love. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a 1st down.
Green Bay Packers.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time. Every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he showed off the athletic juke. Good little gain there. Not a whole lot of real estate, but a nice carry. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up again, and he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. The 330-pounder Al Woods brings the boom on the sack. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He's got his man, Valdez-Scantling, and he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line.
Packers. 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
Now Love. He'll find his tight end here, DeGuara. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Josiah DeGuara with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Packers are pouring it on.
For good reason, quarterbacks wanting to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt like based on coverage, he knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. To be frank, you really have to feel for them. This is appearing to not be their week yet again. So another loss in the cards as they trail big in quarter number 4. Minshew going to lead up the Jaguars 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And from the shotgun, he'll throw. The open man is Westbrook. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 1st down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
On the slant, this is Chark. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
10 yards on the pickup.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches.
At their 49-yard line.
From the gun, Minshew to throw.
I knew it.
Oh, he's got it wide open, complete. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And he took the ball off course. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Again, Minshew looking to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Rashawn Gary came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. So 3rd and long after the sack. Tough road for Minshew and the Jags. Minshew sets to throw. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Yes,
They
sir.
get to the football. It's blocked.
Oh, shit. He got feet on me.
Well, that field goal block pretty much sums up the day for them, doesn't it?
Boy, it really does. What's the word we often use? Symptomatic. It's just been a sign of how this one's gone.
Give a lot of credit to the guys who got in and blocked the kick. They've had the advantage all game, and they continue to press it.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Drops it to Jones in the flat. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 34-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Check.
Working out of the gun. Love. He's going to float this one deep right side.
That's video game shit.
And they can't bring him down.
Listen to him in front of me.
Love's pass intercepted by the Jaguars.
Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
Oh,
Throw
how is that
right
not a
away,
hit
and that's
shit?
complete out on the right side.
Minshew's pass.
Now they got to get to the line quickly. Throwing again on 2nd down.
Yes.
Minshew finding his safety valve
I
here.
don't
That's
think so.
complete.
I'll look at it
4
in a
yards the pickup, 1st down. Looking to throw it. Minshew. That one complete. He finds Sharp. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. First offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
It'll be Minshew again. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. DJ Chark, first-time Pro Bowler, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd down and goal. Minshew, and somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team. But I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau, and that will cut this lead down to 25.
For Jacksonville.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
10 at their own 28-yard line.
About set to get this drive started, the Green Bay offense at the line. And this crowd has certainly liked what they've seen. Their guys fully expected to win this one coming in, and they have not disappointed as they've got the big lead here in the 4th. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
Intended for Equanimous.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. On play action. Love to throw. Looking deep for Adams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up a 3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Looking deep for Adams. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
Escaping the pressure right. And it's incomplete. Still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So it's all over. A Green Bay victory. And when you break it down, this was just a thoroughly dominating performance.
And I truly thought that we'd have a tight game coming into this one. I think